Hello YouTube. It's been a long time since I did a video on my Beatle collection, and well, here's an entire video of my Beatle collection. I'm gonna try to go through this kind of fast because there's a lot of stuff to show. So here's Please Please Me. Here's a stereo CD. The mono CD. The remastered vinyl record. And I do not have the original or old copy of this album on vinyl. So there's Please Please Me. There's Introducing the Beatles. This came out January '64, I think. It's on the original VJ Records. So, with the Beatles, this came out right before Introducing the Beatles. Here comes the cat. Stereo CD. And the mono. I have original Meet the Beatles on Capitol Records. I think from February '64. This is a big album in the US. Beatles' second album on Capitol. It came out, I think, July '64, was it? This was in first pressing in really nice condition. '70s repress on the orange Capitol label. Here's A Hard Day's Night in stereo CD. Mono. This was well, they're all really different in mono, but this one was the first one with several differences in mono. And here's 1978 UK Parlophone press. There's a nice record right here. This is the copy you would find in the 1978 box set Beatles collection. Here's the US Hard Day's Night. The first pressing on United Artists. And this is the first pressing, not the commonly seen repress. Well, of course it is. You can tell because it's original mono. Something New. This is a great album, in my opinion. Original mono on the Rainbow Capitol label. Here's the stereo Something New. Original stereo on the Rainbow Capitol label. might be one of my favorite Capitol albums, but it's too hard. I really love all the Capitol albums. Here's the, I think, 1978 pressing on the purple label, which I really like. And it's in the shrink wrap. So I have 3 different copies of Something New. Pretty cool. That came out mid-64, and this came out mid-64, but this is the repress, so I still need the original songs and pictures. I need songs, pictures, and stories of the fabulous Beatles. Here's the Beatles story, late 64. Mono, that makes a difference. The worst album of these. It's interesting, listen once or twice. Not really much, probably not much more than that. Here's Beatles for Sale. An underrated album, I think. Here's the stereo CD. I know it was rushed, and it really is one of their least albums, but I think it's kind of overhated. Here's the new mono pressing. Not original, new mono pressing with the gatefold. Yeah, it has some cool stuff, I think, on it. Beatles 65. Yeah. I like this one a lot. Here's mono pressing. It's mostly Beatles for Sale plus She's a Woman and I Feel Fine. The infamous compressed stereo version by hell, I don't remember his name. I think Dexter or something. And here's the only reason I still have this. I probably would have sold it if I would have known if it's actually a Canadian pressing. It's kind of interesting. See, it shows Canadian albums, which I still don't have. Those are 3 albums I still need in my mostly complete Beatles vinyl collection. Here's the Beatles 6. This is a really good album. It has a lot of my favorite Help tracks and some of my favorite Beatles for Sale tracks. It's a really great combination of both. This is an original mono, first pressing. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of good stuff on there. Look at that. I like Tell Me What You See and You Like Me Too Much. 2 lesser liked tracks. Of course, and the rest of it, Every Little Thing, I Don't Want to Spoil the Party, Izzy Miss Lizzie. Here's Help. Stereo CD. This is the start of the huge turning point, I think, for the Beatles. It has some great stuff on it. This is when they started turning into the second, the second half of the career Beatles that they grew into. They started getting more experimental, doing less cover songs. And here's the original mono US pressing with the soundtrack, the US soundtrack. Yeah, the early Beatles, that's the only Capitol album I do not have. But I do have all the songs on it, on vinyl, and various vinyls and CDs, but yeah, that's one of my most wanted vinyls right now. Apple 70s stereo repress. And both of these have this gatefold on the US one. It's the same as on the original. So, here's where we get to some of the greatest music of all time. Rubber Soul. This is one of the top albums ever. Here's the stereo CD. This is just great stuff. The mono CD. Oh yeah, and Help and Rubber Soul have the mono album plus the 1987 stereo remaster, which is apparently slightly different than the new remaster. I don't know, but it's on there. Great cover. And the record itself, this is the first US press on the Rainbow Capitol label. First stereo pressing. Yeah, I mean, you won't see me. I've just seen the face. I'm looking through you. Run for your life. Think for yourself. Norwegian Wood. In my life. I mean, my God. Fantastic stuff. Just looking at the song titles leaves me in awe. Then shortly after, they released Nowhere Man and What Goes On. At the beginning of '66 as a single. Songs from the UK Rubber Soul album. And they would eventually be also released on this fantastic Capitol album, Yesterday and Today. Possibly the best of the Capitol albums besides Rubber Soul. I mean, it's just some great representation of the era right before Sgt. Pepper. This is not the butcher pressing, but as far as I know, but because you could see Ringo's in the butcher picture. You can see through and see Ringo's part of his coat that was black through the this alternate sleeve, and I think this is still a '66 mono pressing. I mean, it's still a real deal, sort of. It sounds great too. I got it for like $7, $8 or something. It's a great piece of my collection, I think. It'll be even better once I get the original butcher pressing. This is 70s press I've had for years, stereo. Yesterday and Today, New Beatles Songbook, the second one from early '66. Ah, man, Revolver. Again, another album that just by the cover and the track listing, it just leaves me in awe. And all kinds of crap. Taxman, Love You Too. I mean, George Harrison's stuff. I mean, George Harrison's the man. And he's well represented on here. Tomorrow Never Knows. It's one of the greatest songs. Dr. Robert and Your Bird Can Sing. Got to Get You Into My Life. I Want to Tell You. I mean, Eleanor Rigby, Yellow Submarine. It's just... oh, yes. It's really one of the greatest albums ever. Here it is in mono. And here's the original mono vinyl from '66. Here's the original mono and stereo side by side. Notice how on the mono, that cover artwork goes the whole cover. And this, it's, you know, kind of shorter version of the picture on the stereo vinyl. This has a slightly different track listing from the US one. Here's a 70s Apple pressing in stereo. Capital single of Yellow Submarine and Eleanor Rigby. Came out the same day as Revolver. When I got years before, and doesn't have the cover. Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane. Probably my favorite single ever. So here's Pepper. I have quite a few of Pepper. My #1 ranked album of all time, if you're wondering. Here's the old stereo CD. Mono CD. This is really cool. It has all the cutouts and stuff. It's a replica of the original vinyl. These mono CDs are really, really, really cool. And the 50th anniversary double disc has all kinds of inserts and stuff like that too. Original mono vinyl has all the inserts. Yep, here it is, the original mono vinyl. You hadn't heard it in vinyl. You hadn't heard this album unless you heard it in mono, says John Lennon. And I think he's right. You have to hear this in mono. It's just, oh, wow. Just looking at it reminds me of how great it is. This I had long before. It's the new stereo, 2009 stereo remaster on vinyl. So here's my Magical Mystery Tour collection. Stereo CD. Oh, yeah, that. This one's on Capitol record label instead of Parlophone or Apple, because it was only a US album. This is the mono CD with the 24-page booklet. This is a really cool replica of the original vinyl. Stereo vinyl, original. Yeah, this has Fool on the Hill, Magical Mystery Tour, Blue Jay Way, I'm the Walrus, Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, Baby You're a Rich Man, All You Need Is Love. I have the box set with the EP, the DVDs and stuff. Hello Goodbye and I'm the Walrus. I think this is the first Beatles picture sleeve I purchased. Really cool. Here's my White Albums. Original stereo CD. A bunch of inserts. A bunch of inserts in this. The mono. This has, yeah, all the miniature inserts. 80s stereo CD. Yeah. Original first press of the White Album. Second pressings didn't have that. The numbers at the bottom. And it has the 4 pictures and the poster. Yeah, there's John's picture. It has all 4 of them. All 4 of them plus the poster in the back, you could see, with the lyrics and the photo collage. A very important piece of my vinyl collection. Here's a 70s Capitol repressed. Yeah, Yellow Submarine I currently don't have on vinyl. I used to, but I traded it off for I forget what, but oh, another record. With my friend, we trade records all the time, and the one I had was a 70s repress anyway, so it wasn't even original. So yeah, I still need the original Yellow Submarine. I mean, Only a Northern Song and It's All Too Much are great stuff. Hey Bulldog. I even like some of the orchestra bits on it, like Sea of Monsters or whatnot. So here's Abbey Road. The stereo, well, this is only in stereo. Just a CD. Fantastic album, as everyone knows that's watching this. Yeah, represses. There's no line at the bottom of the street line, but in the original, you can see that right there is only in the first pressings of these. And this is the first press of Abbey Road. Oh, yeah, great stuff. And everything about it. Let It Be. CD remaster. Let It Be Naked. First US pressing with Let It Be with the gatefold. This has the gatefold, and it's on the red Apple label. But it has the gatefold. See, it looks like an album with a gatefold, doesn't it? Because it is. This is a special, I think, Taiwan press of Let It Be. I got this recently. This might be the most recent Beatle record I got. Yeah, it's on special, like, you know, Asian print on the record label. I have a Yes Close to the Edge vinyl record on that, by that too. So I think that's Taiwanese. So I'm pretty sure they're both Taiwanese. Here's, oh, record's down. It's okay. Okay, so, Hey Jude, the Beatles again. The last Capitol album. Bunch of my favorites on that. Paperback Writer, Old Brown Shoe. Red Album. On remastered CD. This has mono and stereo recordings. And this, I believe, has all the stereo versions. Like if Please Please Me and songs that were originally in mono. Except Love Me Do. It has stereo From Me to You. While this has it in mono. And Please Please Me. And here's the Blue Album. Remastered CD, all in stereo, of course. Great compilation. Vinyl. 73. Rock and Roll Music from 1976. This is a fun album. A bunch of old rock and roll hits through the years. Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl from 77. It's a cool listen. Love Songs 77. This is a not very nicely packaged album and great track listing too. Beatles live at Star Club, Hamburg, Germany, 1962. This is on a different label, I forget what, but yes, this has this is all covers. But it's a fun album, I think. The UK Rarities album from 78. This came with a box set. It has a whole bunch of my favorites. Like Rain, you know my name, Thank You Girl, Across the Universe, This Boy, She's a Woman, I Call Your Name, the rock and roll covers, I'm Down, and the US Rarities, which has really rare, like, vinyl pressings and stuff, and vinyl mixes of songs, which is really cool. A special Penny Lane version, Inner Light, one of my favorite songs. So for solo Beatle records, there's Unfinished Music #2 by John and Yoko, Life with the Lions from 69, mostly collector's item. Give Peace a Chance, Remember Love single. Peace in Toronto. With Eric Clapton. Imagine. New pressing